If you like Fifine, if you've been enjoying their microphones, their mixers, then well, we have another Fifine device that we haven't really tested or seen on the market as much yet. And what I'm referring to is the Fifine A20 gaming desktop speakers. That's right, a cool little set of relatively small RGB gaming speakers for your computers, your laptops, whatever device you are consistently gaming on. I don't mean your mobile device, because you're not going to walk around with a pair of long wired speakers, but for desktop setups, yes. And it is a nice flashy looking device, just like a lot of the Fifine microphones are, with a nice onset of RGB modes. You have several modes of RGB, from dynamic to static to flashy modes. So whatever your RGB pleasures are, it's there. If you don't like RGB, you can turn it off. Without further ado, let's go ahead and see what we get in our box for that amount of money. Not that expensive for a pair of gaming speakers, provided that the quality kind of matches that price. So if it's not matching, then we'll talk about it here, because it's catching fire. What? I don't know. I was trying to match something with that. Here we are with the Ampligame A20 gaming speakers. What you should always get is your instructions on how to set up your speakers. We get our pretty small sized speakers. You see, we are greeted with a nice long cable tied up here, and here we have the speakers in all of its fantastic glory. Nice little power button. Looks like there is other functions here. Ooh, that's very soft and rubbery. Okay. And not much else on this left speaker. Looking at the back of that, you'll see that there is an L to let you know which is the left and right speakers. I like this metallic mesh here. Pretty cool. All matte black. Significant weight. Enough weight, I think. Yeah, and that's about it. Looks cool. I guess it's good for propping up, standing up like that, or you can probably have it laying flat this way, depending on your setup. On this speaker, we have the Fifine logo, and we have our up and down volume rockers. Pretty snazzy looking, so you only get the logo on one side, which is fine by me. On the top, looks like this may be a touch sensitive light control, right, for your RGB lights, and they are both tied together. We have USB as well as 3.5 allegedly. This is for, I think, getting only your lights, and then this is where your audio is routed to. Usually when you see devices like this, it's the USB is typically for like lighting the device up, but it may do both, and you can probably use it on a laptop with just the USB. I don't know, I haven't read instructions, we'll find out. Here we are in our glorious moment with the speakers by Fifine. They are relatively small. I can literally hold both in one hand, so not a lot of desk real estate it's going to take, so don't worry about the size too much. Here we are with our speakers. Pretty small profile, as you can see. I'm going to test it right here with this MacBook. It's about a 6 foot long cable right here, the piece that connects to your PC. So not bad. It's all wired, so you know how that is. Get ready to get your cable management on. Pretty long distance, so it looks like I can get it from about arm's length, right? So that is roughly, how tall am I? 5'9"? What? Just to note, so that you know out there, and I'm sure the questions will come in the comments anyway, they might skip past this part. The USB is only for providing power, so don't expect to plug in the USB only to your laptop, your gaming machine, or your desktop and expect to get audio. No data. Specifically says that in the manual, all right? Your data is coming through a TRS 3.5mm aux jack, so be sure that this is connected or you're getting audio. All right, to power it on, all you have to do is hold the power button on your left speaker. It'll show you the power sign, obviously, on front of it for 3 seconds, and your device will power on as such. Gives you a little white flash, and then it goes into the last RGB setting you had set on your speakers. So some kind of memory, right? It's not just going to go to like some default standard out of box. Whatever your last setting was, it goes to. Buttons are slightly clicky. Let's see if we can get, you hear that? A little bit. not so bad. So, but the button is very soft and rubbery, so pretty cool. So the way you mute your speaker, you would just press the button one time, the power button, like that, and it mutes the speaker, but long pressing the power button turns your speakers off. So I don't think there's a way to make it more bright or less. It looks like whatever brightness you get is what you get, but this looks pretty nice here with this particular brightness. It's not too dull and not too bright. So it looks like this is creating some kind of special pulsating Knight Rider kit car effect. For all my OGs out there who know what that is, represent, like the video. What? Multiple sets of RGB and colors and styles and static modes for your viewing pleasure. You can just cycle through this and play through it. Let's play some music out of this. I'm gonna play some Penn Station music here on his channel. Awesome music, tracks, beats, anything of that nature that you need for your music or your videos. Check out Penn Station, links in the description. So the beautiful thing is that I just plugged it in, press play on a video for music, and you got music. So what does it sound like? Can I control the volume from here? I can. Sounds pretty cool. I don't know if this is as loud as it goes. Max volume. Not so bad, actually. It's pretty good. I'm going to put it up to the microphone so that way you kind of hear better what this speaker sounds like. All right, here we go. All right, getting a little out of control there. This doesn't have so much of a boomy bass. Not expected at this price point, and I can't say not expected at this size because there are some pretty nice speakers at this size that will rock your walls. Hey, these are for desktop gaming, and I think it sounds fantastic. It is in stereo, so if you have it on your left and your right side, you're going to get that stereo sound. So if you're gaming, for example, and you have the speakers playing, you know when things are coming at you from the left and from the right direction. So nice thumb. Sounds very nice when you listen to it in stereo and you have a nice close proximity. It goes pretty loud and not distorting the sound, the bass, the drums, everything sounds pretty good. Nice and crystal clear, nice high ends, mid ranges. I hear the sizzliness on that hi-hat. So in finality, I think that these speakers are pretty good for what you're getting. Pretty good bang for your buck. Not wireless, completely wired, but wired is reliable. And well, let's just talk about the build quality. Very solid, nothing shakes or jitters or anything. Pretty decent, significant weight. RGB button is set on the top. It's flush. There's no clicking button. It's touch sensitive. So just tapping it, it's pretty responsive. So no complaints about RGB. I actually like these particular kind of flashing little scrolling and pulsating and transition colors for RGB. So this is pretty nice. And if you don't like RGB, well, you just hold it for 3 seconds and your RGB will cut off. So that's not me. I'm gonna have the lights on. Hold it for 3 seconds again and you will turn your lights back on to the last setting you had it on. The cable length is good enough unless you got your PC very far from where you sit in your game, but otherwise about 6 foot range from the speaker to wherever your PC is the length you get for the cable. Same for this. This is just a little bit shorter than 6 feet across. It may be like 5.5. If you have an ultra wide monitor, I think that this will still accommodate that width. Sound quality is good. The bass is pretty decent. It's not gonna rock your house or anything like that. It's not like any of the home, wireless Bluetooth speakers that you have in your house that really thump and kind of shake your house up a little bit. Nothing like that, but you do get a nice, decent enough bass as well as treble, mid-range. Everything is pretty crystal clear. Stereo works fantastic, so you're not gonna be at a loss there. Definitely a pass on the Tech Toys and Gaming Show. Shouts out to Fifine for providing these for free of charge, just to demo with you out there to see maybe this is for you guys out there. I'm gonna try it out in my room and see if I can replace my Bluetooth speaker, which is still wired, and see if I get that nice stereo sound by placing the speakers further apart. Right now I don't really get that kind of spatial stereo the way the Bluetooth, because it's like right in front of me, but when you spread it apart, you really get a better sense of left and right sound. As usual, links are in the descriptions. Check those out. Get yourself a little discount through my affiliate link alert. That's right, though I am a Fifine affiliate, I still give my honest review with regards to some of these devices. And well, if it's good, it's good. If it's not, you're a thought. What? And with that, I'll see you in the next awesome technology review on this channel. Later.